When it comes down to Sweden, we are a country of nerd culture. Some say we have some kind of elder god mixed into our DNA. But I have another theory. If you live a bit up north, like I do, most of the time it's going to be fragging cold. Unless you enjoy freezing your aft off every time you walk outside, you better get yourself a hobby that includes the sweet indoors. Another thing that is very integrated in our culture are the pre-owned, or as I say, the pre-loved market of things. I mostly do buy my nerd things pre-loved to save on credits. But I do also enjoy the thrill of the hunt, when you're looking for a specific item on online auction sites. Most of these markets are often being held in Stockholm, so I was really delighted to see that this one was hosted here in Uppsala for a change. Me and my fourth sister showed up 45 minutes before the event opened, and the line had even started to form. It was being hosted at an old cinema called Grand, that has been there since the 1930s. It's now a place that hosts all types of fun events, and it even has a little cafe in the corner. I have not been to Uppsala Retro Market before, but the organizers have done some fantastic events in the past that I have visited, so I was hoping for great things. Another thing I always try to bring with me are a shopping battle plan. If you don't have one of these, you will probably end up buying way too many things and your credits will be wasted. My battle plan was as follows. Look for Transformer things, but avoid bigger figures. Books and art books are always allowed. No games. I don't have time to play them anyway. Try to buy from artists and private sellers. There was this amazing Call of Cthulhu book that I was super tempted to buy, but it was way off my budget, so I had to put it back. I ended up buying 3 items from one seller who had great prices and really fun mix of things that I was looking for. There was a ton of trading card game resellers, and thankfully for my wallet, only one person had Magic the Gathering cards. I ended up buying some cheap rares for future decks. If you liked Pokemon, you would have loved this place. There was a constant stream of new attendees, and at times it became very crowded. The only time this really became a problem for us was when we were looking at Magic the Gathering cards in a binder, and some random dude decided it would be a great idea to look into the same binder while I was currently flipping through it. But I gave him zero attention. I just focused looking on the cards I wanted. He stood extremely close to me and made me very uncomfortable. And I thought, just bear it, I was soon done. That was until I felt his hand on my shoulder. I lost it and shoved him away with a bit of force. That did the trick, and he gave me and my sister space. Finally. We paid for the cards we wanted, and at this point, I was trying not to let it take away from our experience too much. Some people really need to learn how to behave in public. We stayed for 2 hours, and it was so much fun to talk to the sellers. And we even met up with some of our friends who also decided to show up and have a look. With our cool findings, we returned home with our mechadendrites full of things. And here is what I got. The first item I want to show you is this absolutely clanking How to Draw Transformers book. I'm going to be honest with you, my plan with buying this book was not really how to learn how to draw sexy robots. I simply adored all the artwork, and I snatched it up from the seller's table in a rush. It was not until I got home and really looked at it, I realized this was for sure a real gem of a book for any Transformers fan to own. It's filled with a ton of inspiration, material information, and really cool extra add-ons, such as trace overlays, fold-out pages, and comic stencils. There's a lot of anatomy studies, even 2 full pages with hands. Oh, and guns. Also, hands gripping guns. One thing I did really love are the big mix of both Autobots and Decepticons. I am a Decepticon fan myself, even that I do adore our grumpy medic Ratchet immensely. And I was not disappointed in the Decepticon representation. We have Seeker waifu airplanes, as well as single dad Soundwave, you sexy chunk box of a blue man. Also our favorite bunny, Shockwave. Next book I got my hands on are The Art of Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Hold up, before you start to talk Star Wars with me, don't. I got this one for my brother John, who is a massive, obsessive Star Wars nerd. That said, even that I'm not into Star Wars myself, the art book has so many cool and holy smoke tatas. It's filled with drawings, references, set building photos, character design, and so much more. As an old cosplayer myself, I adore these types of costume design drawings and the environment sketches. In the end of the book, they have also included pictures of the old movie posters, which are always a joy to see. The last book I bought is this massive piece of thing that you can probably use in the zombie apocalypse as a weapon. It's heavy and it has these nice shiny pages. I've seen similar art books like this, and they are both expensive and could be hard to find. This book I also kinda just grabbed because I've always been a huge fan of H.R. Geiger since I was a kid. For years I've been tempted to buy a proper art book, but they have always been very expensive. This one was not expensive, but it was also not in English, which I realized once I got home. It's written in Italian, so I don't understand a single thing from the text. But for the price I paid, I am totally fine with it. The art book in this book are the reason I wanted it after all. It is filled with drawings, published artwork, furniture design, and so much more. It also shows the building of the now famous Geiger Museum and Bar in Switzerland that are still opened. It's on my bucket list of things I need to visit in my lifetime for sure. The last things I got were those Magic the Gathering cards. Loyal Warhound is a great little rare that you can use in a bit of everything. And I love dogs. Ooze cards for my brother John's Ooze deck. And I got this Izzet instant card to add to my Izzet Ral Zarek collection. I have this massive thing for Izzet themed cards, and Ral is my favorite planeswalker. So I tend to buy merch and cards that features him, Niv, or the Izzet League. Oh! Hey Lukia, do you think you can start with the pre-editing for the clips? I just got a DM from Ghost that the new spicy Starscream X Megatron fanfic posted a new chapter. I gotta go read it right away. Oh, damn it. I had plans to play Final Fantasy XIV with Magos Eliox all evening. Wait, I can just try the new AI editing software everyone is talking about. Master won't even know I used it. Genius move! I will just install it and it's gonna work perfectly fine.
We are your instruments of faith, O machine god.